In early 2026, tensions in the Middle East escalated dramatically after a series of military confrontations involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. For years, these countries had been involved in indirect conflict across the region. But recent events pushed the confrontation to a far more dangerous level. What had long been a shadow war, fought through cyber attacks, intelligence operations, and proxy groups, suddenly began to look much more like an open military confrontation. The crisis intensified after a wave of military strikes targeting Iranian military infrastructure and strategic facilities. Reports from multiple international sources suggested that the strikes focused on locations connected to missile production, weapons storage, and military command centers. According to international reports, the strikes focused on missile bases, military warehouses, and infrastructure connected to Iran's growing drone and missile program. These facilities have long been considered critical components of Iran's regional military strategy. Iran has spent years developing one of the largest missile arsenals in the Middle East. Many of these weapons are capable of striking targets hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. Military analysts have often pointed out that Iran's missile program is designed to compensate for the country's relatively limited modern air force. In recent years, Iran has also invested heavily in unmanned aerial vehicles. These drones can carry surveillance equipment, electronic warfare systems, or explosive payloads, making them a flexible and increasingly important part of modern warfare. In response to the attacks, Iran launched a large number of drones and ballistic missiles toward Israeli territory. The scale of the launch raised immediate alarm across the region and triggered emergency responses from several military forces. Air defense systems across Israel were immediately activated. One of the most well-known systems is the Iron Dome, designed to intercept short-range rockets and artillery threats before they can reach populated areas. Other systems, such as David's Sling and the Arrow missile defense system, were also deployed to intercept longer-range threats and ballistic missiles. These layered defenses allowed Israeli forces to intercept many incoming missiles and drones. Radar systems detected the launches, air defense units calculated interception trajectories, and interceptor missiles were launched to destroy threats in midair. However, the scale of the attack raised concerns that regional air defense systems could eventually be overwhelmed if the conflict continued to escalate. Even advanced systems can face serious challenges when confronted with large numbers of incoming targets at the same time. The United States also increased its military presence in the region. American naval forces and aircraft were deployed to support regional stability and protect Allied forces. Several aircraft carriers, destroyers, and support vessels operate in nearby waters, giving the United States the ability to respond quickly to emerging threats. Several U.S. bases across the Middle East were placed on heightened alert as the situation developed. Military personnel were instructed to increase security measures, monitor regional airspace, and prepare for potential threats. One of the key strategic areas in the region is the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway connects the Persian Gulf to the global ocean and is considered one of the most important energy routes in the world. A significant portion of global oil shipments passes through this corridor every day. Tankers carrying energy supplies from countries in the Persian Gulf travel through this route to reach international markets. Because of its strategic importance, any military conflict involving Iran raises concerns about potential disruption to global energy markets. Military analysts have warned that even limited disruptions in this area could have serious economic consequences worldwide. Oil prices can react quickly to instability in the region, affecting fuel costs, transportation, and global trade. At the same time, the growing use of drones has transformed modern warfare across the Middle East. Unmanned aerial vehicles have become a key part of military strategies used by multiple countries in the region, and they can conduct reconnaissance missions, identify targets, and deliver precision strikes. These systems allow long-range strikes without the need for traditional aircraft. Because drones are often cheaper and easier to deploy than fighter jets, they are increasingly being used in both offensive and defensive roles. Over the past decade, conflicts in the Middle East have shown how powerful drone technology can be when combined with modern missile systems and electronic warfare capabilities. As tensions continue, governments and international organizations are urging restraint to avoid a wider regional war. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, with several countries attempting to mediate and reduce tensions between the parties involved. However, the situation remains highly unstable. Many analysts warn that the conflict between Iran and Israel represents one of the most serious security challenges in the Middle East today. Both countries view each other as major strategic threats, and their rivalry has shaped regional politics for many years. Whether the crisis moves toward de-escalation or expands into a larger confrontation remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the balance of power in the Middle East is changing, and the consequences could affect global security for years to come. As military technology evolves and geopolitical tensions remain high, the region will likely continue to play a central role in international security discussions. For now, the world is watching closely, because in a region where history has repeatedly shown how quickly events can escalate, even a single incident has the potential to reshape the entire geopolitical landscape.